South Africa, and a very, very warm welcome to you. This is Afternoon Express. My name is Jeannie D, and we are halfway through the week. Now, bringing the pizzazz today on Afternoon Express, Thembi Siete shares her beauty, showbiz, and style secrets as a world-renowned name in cosmetics looks with the new face of the Pond's brand. So you can win yourself and a friend an up-close and personal Formula One experience at the Red Bull Cape Town circuit. But the heart and soul of today's show is how to understand and help our children who get the upper hand on stress and anxiety. Chef Mo starts with healthy eating and snacking. And of course, we are joined by the bravest mother and daughter for a personal story of childhood stress and anxiety and how to listen to your child, talk it through and normalize it. Chef Pumla is then in the kitchen and she cooks up a superfood stir fry to make kids less prone to stress triggers. And we ask senior social worker Shahana Mia and educational psychologist Genevieve De Silva, what's the difference between fear, anxiety and stress, and how do we help our children through them?
It is all about keeping a balanced diet in the kitchen today. Good afternoon, South Africa. My name is Palisa Dembe, and we are going to give you some gems in the kitchen today. Definitely take those notes out because you want to be trying the stir fry, right, Chef Pumla?
Oh, yes, we are tackling anxiety and stress.
Yes. Absolutely. And if you want to try that at home, SMS the keyword EAT to 33650 and you can be trying the superfood, super healthy, amazing stir fry in the kitchen. And you've got a little something up your sleeve too, Chef Mo.
We'll be talking a balanced diet. What is it? What does it look like? Some healthy tips and tricks.
I love that. I absolutely love that. So do stay tuned throughout the show. We've got incredible stuff coming up in the kitchen. But for now, a beautiful conversation between Jeannie and Thembi.
I am the face of Ponds. Are you?
Now, Thembi Siete is a natural role model to millions of girls and women across South Africa. When she became the face of one of the world's most famous brands, she brought with her a strength of character, drive, personal style, and professionalism, which fans and colleagues really respect and learn from every single day. Now, the world of beauty and influencers is constantly evolving and changing, with new trends and trendsetters taking center stage each and every day. With us today is a woman who is no stranger to the spotlight and the ever-evolving world of beauty. Actress, singer, and the face of Ponds' age miracle, Thembi Siete.
It sounded like there'll be drums and...
I mean, I love seeing you. I love interviewing. And every time I see you, I think I embarrass myself because I just want to go, it's about time you listen to Boom.
And I just want to say, hit it, Miss J!
Yeah.
Hello, girl.
How are you?
What an amazing intro, thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Firstly, congratulations. You've had a little baby boy.
Right?
I mean, where?
I get that a lot.
You don't age. You always just look like the same magnetic, energetic beauty as always. What is your secret?
I don't know, just staying true to yourself and not losing yourself. I mean, I think the world is just too much going on that you can just simply lose yourself in trying to be like everyone, you know, the post on, you know, there's just so much influences out there. So I think just staying true to yourself and the young self and the crazy buckwild self just gets you going, you know? But also the lifestyle, eating healthy. You guys were talking about exercising, the food, you know, it's just things that you take and the long run, you'll see the results. And that's why our mothers, when they would say, don't eat that, it didn't make sense, you know, at the early age, but now it makes sense.
Totally. Yeah. And I think self-care is it's a huge buzzword at the moment, and everybody's noticing it. What do you do for your self-care?
Well, a bit of exercising here and there, and we eat a whole lot of boiled food. But I go wild when it comes to my chicken, my fish, and my mutton. So I don't compromise when it comes to that. But we really try to stay healthy. And my mom, she was also very athletic, you know, a runner. So it started from a very, very early age from home. And my brother as well. She's he's crazy. You really follow Mwakasiete, please. You know exactly what I'm talking about. He's fit like crazy.
Amazing.
So he really also
everything that you put in shows on the outside, but the outside's also important. So what is your beauty routine? Because obviously, I mean, you are the face of Ponds.
Really, I think the most important thing, you know, having to work under harsh lights, makeup every single day,
Yeah.
you can't afford to sleep with your makeup. You know, you have to
Exactly.
moisturize your face, exfoliate to get rid of the old cells, drink lots of water. Yes, I know, it's like, really, everyone says that,
No,
but
but
it's
it is true.
It is really,
I
really
guzzle
true.
that stuff down.
Exactly, and the omega-3s, the fish, and all of those, just to
Yeah.
stay hydrated, because SA is dry.
Yeah,
Joburg
it is.
especially.
It is. And now that you've got a little Bubba, do you think it's important to get him onto a... Because, no, but you always see some women with like teenage sons and then they get acne, and I think, you know, you've got all those beautiful creams at home, share them with the little boys.
Oh, well, obviously I can't mention our brands or anything like that, but I really try to get him moisturized, because I know a lot of
Ponds
people
you can
think...
mention because it's kind of yours.
Oh, no, but he's not on Ponds yet. Because also my family's like, please don't try Ponds on your bed.
Yeah.
You know when they tease you, but I also try to get him moisturized every single day, and also get him to drink lots of water.
Yeah.
But still a baby, only 13 months.
Oh, so
simple
cute.
things,
He
yes,
must be
yeah.
so beautiful.
Yes.
Now, obviously, you are an icon of stage and screen, radios, but you are also a beauty icon because you are just magnificent. So obviously, there's a new competition running at the moment to find the new face of Ponds.
Yeah.
What do you think you would look for in the next face, and what do you think they should know while they are entering this competition?
For someone that's beautiful inside out, someone that's
Yeah.
authentic, that understands herself, someone that's driven. Because if that's the case, you're going to sit with us. If you don't have all
Exactly.
those elements, you can't sit with us.
Yeah.
But I think it's a great opportunity. It's not only about you winning a prize or being a face of Ponds.
Yeah.
It's just going to introduce you to a whole lot of different things, because we're not only looking for a beautiful face. We're looking for someone that's very driven, you know, someone that wants to be or introduce herself to different elements of either the industry, be it the corporate industry or be it the, you know, the business, or I'll say the entertainment industry. So
Exactly.
it will definitely open doors for a whole lot of young people.
Yeah.
And even if you're at the top 10, really it's an opportunity. It's a breakthrough to having to be recognized and to be heard and to get yourself out there, introduce yourself to new things.
But what you just said now really rang true for me, because they'll be sitting at the same table as you, you know, eating it off the same table. So it's big shoes to fill, because
that's
they're coming
another
in and
thing,
they're joining, you know, these iconic women.
Absolutely. And I just want to talk about Nosipho, how amazing she is. She's a new face of Ponds.
Yeah.
She's a medical doctor.
Yeah,
So that's
she is
important.
amazing.
That's something else. And she still wants to push the envelope, introduce herself to different things. But she realized that if I were to get myself into that, then everything else that I want to do, it will fall into place, because now I have a voice. Now people will recognize
Exactly.
me. Now people will be interested in things that I have to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a great competition, and I wish the
I
person
love
and
it,
everybody
yeah.
out there who's entering lots and lots of luck. Thank you so much for being here. You're going to be here again, because I believe you want to come and do our cook-along on a Tuesday.
I love food.
Great to have you. So to learn more about Ponds and the 2019 Face of Ponds competition, or if you think you have what it takes to join the Ponds family and want to be the next Face of Ponds, then all you have to do is purchase any Ponds product and visit faceofponds.co.za. Fill in the entry form, enter in the last 4 digits of your product's barcode, and upload a selfie of yourself and a bio, and good luck.
Have you ever wanted to be a brand ambassador? To be the face of South Africa's favorite skincare brand? Well, now you can. Last year, I had the honor to be selected as the new face of Ponds. And if you think you have what it takes, simply enter by purchasing any Ponds product and visiting faceofponds.co.za to upload your photo, your bio, and the last 4 digits of your product's unique barcode. I am the face of Ponds. Are you?
Now, the thrill of the Premier League in motorsports, Formula One racing, is coming to the Mother City this Sunday, the 2nd of June. So the Red Bull Cape Town circuit is bringing South African fans the chance to witness the thundering power of a Formula One car in all of its glory. Taking place at the Grand Parade, this free event will see tens of thousands of motoring enthusiasts experience F1 legend David Coulthard putting this mechanical beast through its paces. So Red Bull and Afternoon Express are very excited to announce that we are giving one lucky viewer the opportunity to win the experience of a lifetime.
Well, if you simply SMS the keyword WIN along with your name and city to 33650, you'll be entered into a random draw to win a set of double tickets to the Red Bull Cape Town Circuit launch on Saturday, the 1st of June, as well as double tickets. So you and your bestie can come along. They will be winning tickets, of course, to the Friends of Red Bull Hospitality, which includes free parking, free food and drinks, and the best view of all the action, of course, in the pits area, all valued at 1,950 Rand.
So feel that adrenaline and the exhilaration of hearing the ear-splitting roar of the engine, squint through the haze of the tyre smoke, and smell the aroma of the burning rubber. Give yourself the opportunity to enjoy a unique Friends of Red Bull experience at the Red Bull Cape Town Circuit F1 Extravaganza this Sunday, the 2nd of June.
Yes, so enter with our competition. Simply SMS the keyword WIN with your name and city to 33650. The competition closes at 5 p.m. this Friday, the 31st of May. Obviously, unfortunately, this is only limited to Cape Town viewers. So if you're in Cape Town, get entering. SMSs cost R1.50, and everything you need to know is, of course, on our website, which is afternoonexpress.co.za.
So coming up, Chef Mo gets us a balanced start to the day before mother and daughter Mandy and 12-year-old Talita Backstrom take us through the childhood stress which they've lived through firsthand and are now coping and dealing with. Our guests on Afternoon Express fly domestically with Mango. Enjoy outstanding service, online check-in and seat selection. With the widest booking and payment options, Mango is the only airline globally to accept store charge cards as a means of payment. Fly in comfort with ergonomically efficient seats for more legroom aboard a fleet of new generation Boeing 737-800 aircraft. Join the guests of Afternoon Express and fly Mango. guests on Afternoon Express fly domestically with Mango. Enjoy outstanding service, online check-in and seat selection. With the widest booking and payment options, Mango is the only airline globally to accept store charge cards as a means of payment. Fly in comfort with ergonomically efficient seats for more legroom aboard a fleet of new generation Boeing 737-800 aircraft. Join the guests of Afternoon Express and fly Mango.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express, where we're helping you get over the hump that is Wednesday in the kitchen. Now, how many times have we heard and read the phrase balanced diet and regular exercise? Well, as much as we have all the intention of eating healthy and encouraging our kids to do the same, sometimes time and budget just can work against us. And the result is us grabbing some quick, unhealthy snack and falling into the same awful pattern. So joining us this afternoon is our dearest Chef Mo to shed some light on eating and snacking healthy. I love this because I'm definitely a grazer. I'm the type that eats a little bit a lot throughout the day, but that's what I do. I go to the garage, I get something small, not really good for me, still not satisfied.
That's because we always tend to look for the things, the quick and easy things, usually unhealthy, that are not great for us.
Yeah. So what does a balanced diet look like?
So a balanced diet is a variety of foods that we need to consume on a daily basis because our bodies become depleted of nutrients so quick and easy. So we're talking about, let's start with breakfast. Do some oats, do a bit of milk, and add some fruits and nuts to your oats just to get that nice balance. Also, for lunch, you can do a chicken wrap, or if you're going to have a little protein. When you do proteins, always go by the size of your hand. That is the amount that you actually need. You know, for men, they might need a little bit more because they're bigger, and then that's the size of protein they need.
Girl, I was going to say, I need a little bit more than that protein. But that's interesting. A lot of people also say the colors. As much as you should have a different color on your plate, and that will obviously represent the different nutrients.
Absolutely. So make the plant-based foods the majority size of your plates. And then the proteins a little bit less, as well as your carbohydrates.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I love that.
Just the balance.
I love that balance. Let's tackle snacking. What is a good snack and what's a bad snack?
So my favorite good snack is dark chocolate. I mean, good news, right?
I love me some dark chocolate with some chili honey. That's my favorite. Okay.
Yeah, that's your favorite. I like a little chocolate nut.
Okay.
So dark chocolate, it releases a good hormone, and that gives us a nice, good energy.
Okay.
Sets the mood for the day. Stay away from refined sugars, like other bits of sweets and things that we love to snack on. Not good for us.
Not good, not sustainable. Okay.
I would add some fruits, fresh fruits, and other things like, little celery sticks, some carrots, and...
I love that. I love nuts. I love biltong. I love playing with this. And it really does sustain you longer. Now, a lot of us prepare different meals for our kids when it's breakfast and lunch. But for dinner, we all eat as a family and everyone eats together. Is that right? Is that okay?
Well, it's okay because, force-feeding a child broccoli, it's like a wrestling match. You're not going to get it right all the time.
Yeah.
But do try to reinforce and reintroduce whatever you eat, and that applies to the child as well.
Yeah.
So a nice mixed range, stay away from refined cereals.
Yes.
Also just introduce things like oats into their diets. The same that you would eat, the same applies to the child.
I love that.
Yeah.
And is there a reason why we should prepare different breakfasts? Because I assume for a kid who needs to concentrate at school is a lot different than maybe a parent who's always on the go, on the run, driving around to meetings.
Yeah. Because breakfast is the most important. We've been sleeping for 7-8 hours, and then we tend to skip meals, the breakfast meal, most important meal, and then we only eat our next meal at around 1, and that's why we experience the slump of energy. And how are children going to focus at school if they don't get the breakfast?
I love that.
So we need to make sure they have a nutritious breakfast, as well as us, so that we can get that energy for the day.
And of course, Clover Fruits of the Forest has made it so easy by packaging this easy, super easy, get up and go granola oats mixture with some yogurt.
Everything is in there. It's made with real fruit, and it's got all the nutrition that you need. So if you don't have time, you have no excuse. Just grab the fruits of the forest.
Zero excuses all 2019. Now, a balanced diet is possible. It just takes some practice and prep. So beat the next morning breakfast rush by stocking your fridge with Clover's Fruits of the Forest. This breakfast cereal offering has oats, seeds, and granola, and is the breakfast on the go that the whole family will just love. Thank you.
Clover fruits of the forest, creamy and fruity.
Made with love by Clover.
Now, in between the obvious peaks of childhood stress, exams, just being a kid nowadays is so stressful, lies the ocean of everyday life and growing up, which is a pretty anxiety-inducing journey to embark on. Today we welcome to the loft mother and daughter Mandy and Talita Backstrom, who are on that ocean, and they offer their ongoing experience of this real phenomenon to help the rest of us better identify, understand and deal with stress and anxiety. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about yourselves and your family.
Well, Talita's 12-year-old daughter of mine. She's slap bang in the middle of a 5-year-old and a 23-year-old sister. Yeah. So it's a typical middle-aged, middle child syndrome. She suffers from ADHD, so she suffers from concentration problems at school. Her father passed away, so that sets, you know, a good set of circumstances for her to experience stress at school level, feeling isolated, feeling left out a lot of the time. So we do have a lot of issues that we try to deal with.
All those seem like things that would stress out anybody. So when did you start noticing that your daughter really is suffering from stress and anxiety?
I think when she started going to school, obviously being in that kind of environment where the concentration started lagging behind during class tests at junior level, really battled a little bit. There was obviously physical signs with her grinding her teeth in her sleep, you know, constantly asking questions, judging herself, her physical looks, you know, not feeling like she's fitting in, not good enough for her friends, peer pressure, you know.
Oh, my angel, those are things that I think every young girl feels about herself. It's just a process of growing up. But what kind of things stress you out?
Well, concentrating in class mostly.
Yeah.
Having to worry if I'm falling behind grade-wise.
Yeah.
Bullying is one of the biggest things.
Are you bullied at school?
Not at my current school. At my previous school, I was bullied a lot. Like, children on purpose would talk about their fathers in front of me.
No.
Yeah,
Oh,
especially
I'm so sorry.
especially the matrics. Yes.
Oh, that is evil, actually. That's not even bullying. That's downright evil. I'm so sorry. And what else? What else stresses you out? And how do you feel when you get stressed?
Well, other things that stress me out is separation anxiety.
Yeah.
And when I'm stressed, I go into like a panic attack.
Really?
So like I start not being able to breathe. I can feel my heartbeat really fast. And
Yeah. So I totally know how you feel, because I moved away from home. I lived in Joburg and I moved to Cape Town when I was 18. And from coming from a big family with everyone around me, I moved and I was totally alone. And I was so stressed and I had so much anxiety, I didn't realize that I did. And I developed asthma because I physically stopped breathing sometimes. So I know that panicky feeling. How do you get over it? Like, how do you mentally put yourself in a space to kind of come out of your stressful like a panic attack or anxiety mode?
well, in my head, for starters, I'll tell myself that I need to calm down.
Yeah.
And that it's normal. And someone recommended to me that I eat gum because it helps calm you down.
Okay.
Because when you're going through like stress, you tend to start biting your nails, and adults begin smoking and stuff. So for children, it's good to just chew gum.
And I heard that you've got a little sister, and you are that you panic about her so much that you watch her all the time and you don't let her out of your sight because you don't want anything to happen to her. Do you feel solely responsible that it's your job to protect everybody around you?
Yes. I don't like it when my mom goes to the shop alone, or when my mom and I are walking like a big shopping centre and we have my little sister, because anyone can just walk past at any time and like snatch her.
And why do you feel like you aren't good enough and that you aren't keeping up, and you want to be taller and you want to be shorter and you want to be different?
I guess it's because I'm the total opposite of most of my friends. Most of my friends have lighter hair and are shorter, and most of them have braces. So I want to look like them constantly because I'm the only tall brunette.
I mean, if I could be a tall brunette, that would literally be the best thing in the world for me. You are so lovely, and I hope we can figure out a way to help you so that you don't have to be stressed and anxious about all these things that really shouldn't be worrying you. But I understand where it comes from, but we're going to speak to a doctor a little bit later and then try and help you so that you don't have to be so stressed anymore. Thank you for sharing your story and for being so brave being here.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Talita, you do not need to change a thing about you. You are perfect the way you are and so brave.
So brave, so smart, so clear.
So clear.
And you told me her age, and I couldn't believe it.
12 years old.
And I think what's lacking is, I don't know, but I'll just say to Talita's mom, tell her how amazing she is. Even just listen to her speak. Is she really 12? No ways. And she looks perfect.
She's perfect.
Everything about her, it's perfect. And I think the more and more we tell them, the more and more the confidence will just automatically grow and becoming strong, you know?
And what I love about it is how she deals with her stress. I mean, we've been asking you throughout the show, how do you deal with stress? And on social media, you guys have been giving such incredible feedback. I mean, we've got Mona Lisa here saying meditation, reading books or magazines and listening to music. I mean, Tembi, how do you, I can only imagine the amount of stress you go through a day.
Palisa, think about the industry that I'm in, and I've been in this industry for many, many years, and there's just only few people that you can trust, few people that you can speak to, because if you open up, you read about it on Sunday, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yes.
And I'm so blessed that I have my family. I know I repeat myself a lot, but my mom, she's my rock, man. She's my prayer partner. She's someone that I can just literally lash out and just talk about. Okay, not about boys, but yeah.
and on that note, I love that. Keep commenting on social media, keep sharing. Now coming up, leafy greens, protein, cashew nuts and red peppers make up superfood stir fry to help you calm and carry on. We also welcome senior social worker Shahana Maya for her guide on how we can deal with stress and stress indicators in children and how to work through them. See you after the break.
Our guests on Afternoon Express fly domestically with Mango. Enjoy outstanding service, online check-in and seat selection. With the widest booking and payment options, Mango is the only airline globally to accept store charge cards as a means of payment. Fly in comfort with ergonomically efficient seats for more legroom aboard a fleet of new generation Boeing 737-800 aircraft. Join the guests of Afternoon Express and fly Mango.
Have you ever wanted to be a brand ambassador? To be the face of South Africa's favorite skincare brand? Well, now you can. Last year, I had the honor to be selected as the new face of Ponds. And if you think you have what it takes, simply enter by purchasing any Ponds product and visiting faceofponds.co.za to upload your photo, your bio, and the last 4 digits of your product's unique barcode. I am the face of Ponds. Are you?
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, today we are keeping things healthy and stress-free in the kitchen. One thing that can make cooking very stressful is getting your rice perfectly cooked. So luckily today, we are using this ready-to-eat rice that simply needs to be warmed up. So here it is. I'm such a pro in the kitchen. There you go. I'm gonna pop that in there. Oh, see? Can cook. Now, the LG Neo Chef has definitely made life a lot less stressful in our kitchen. With a smart inverter technology, it basically maintains a constant temperature and it ensures that your food is evenly heated right through so that you don't have to overcook or undercook any meals. Another incredible feature that we've discovered with the Neo Chef is infrared heating. It's similar to, you know, those red metal heaters that they put in outside sections of restaurants to keep you warm on like a cold night. Well, basically, this has that. Oh, there you go, look at that. Basically, it's got one of those red inverters at the back, so it's going to be all hot. Now that you know how hot it gets when you sit, you know how hot it gets when you sit next to one of those heaters. So basically, when this technology is applied in a microwave, it creates a similar effect to cooking your food on charcoal. So basically, what that means is you can put an entire roast in the Neo Chef and it'll come out perfectly roasted, tasting almost like you've fried it. And now you can cook it. Well, I've cooked it.
Thank you so much, Jeannie. That was
I mean,
easy.
I've just been slaving in the kitchen for hours with that thing.
We appreciate it. We see all the hard work. And it's that easy, guys. Just by adding some superfood ingredients into your daily diet can help you lead a healthier life, making you less susceptible to stress. And I mean, this was quick, easy, and I love rice. Super filling, super good for you. Carbo load.
So do I.
Love
now,
that.
can we make some superfood stir fry?
Let's go in. Let's go in.
Okay, so you want to put high heat on a wok, a little bit of oil.
Nice, okay.
You can add more as you go along if you need to.
So specifically today, I see that we're making a beef stir fry,
Yes, it's
but
a
you can
beef
basically
one.
make a chicken stir fry, a vegetarian
Or a
stir
vegetarian,
fry.
yes.
If you're meat free, I like that. Okay, versatility.
Yes, we're gonna go in with our beef strips. So you've got your oil there.
Yes.
Or you can just swirl it with a pan, swirl it around.
And then you add in your
That's what you wanna hear, the sizzle.
Nice.
So that's going to sear the meat. Give it a little bit of brown on the outside.
Okay.
So beef obviously is high in protein. So in attacking stress, you don't want your protein levels to be low.
Yes.
Because it's associated with stress, you know, and anxiety.
I like that. So whilst we're browning our beef, if you want to try this recipe at home, simply SMS the keyword EAT to 33650. Remember, SMSs are costs R1.50 and free SMSs do not apply. I see we got some delicious spring onion there.
Yes, some spring onions, because we need a bit of flavor.
We do.
To
A little bit of that
we add
green.
our garlic, more vitamin C there.
This will definitely help. I mean, a lot of people, not only in the loft on Afternoon Express, but at home, a lot of people are sick, feeling very sluggish, lethargic, especially going into the winter season. So this is incredible. Make sure you do not get booked absent. Be healthy, be happy, and of course, live a healthier life, more balanced life.
And this is going to make you healthy because it looks easy on the eyes with the red color. It's a bit of sweetness as well, a nice crunch loaded in vitamin C.
Nice.
Which is actually good for your immune.
Okay, so whilst you're popping that
add that in.
We can use a different variety of bases. Obviously, in a stir fry, you can use your noodles, you can use your rice, and today we're putting together both.
Yes, we do. So what's going to go in now, we need a bit of green because we eat with our eyes.
So
you need all colors. Bring over the spinach.
I love spinach, but you know, spinach, I think, is a con artist. You can have so much spinach, and as soon as you put it in your wok, as soon as you put it in your pot, it all shrinks and goes down.
I know.
The more spinach, the better for me.
But the nutrients in there are not conning you. So it's filled with folate. So folate is actually good for you because it releases, you know, a hormone that's great for calming your body down.
Nice.
You know, when you have anxiety, you tend to be jittery and all
Yes,
that.
you're very on
This
edge.
is your chill pill. It's going to calm you down.
I love
The hormone that
that.
is going to release.
I know a lot of people, when they're pregnant, they do love spinach because it obviously helps to add that. You said what's the mineral it has?
So it has folate.
Folate.
Yes, folate in it.
Nice.
So we are already on our way. You wait for the spinach to wilt just a little bit, and then you are ready to plate because our rice is already done.
That's easy. Okay,
Yeah.
that was quick. Let's add some rice then.
Okay, so you'll add a bit of seasoning to that, and then the end product is going to look like that.
Nice, okay.
And then,
Very brown, very cooked right
yes.
through.
So what you do, you take that, and then you top your rice. You can use the noodles as well. You know, the Asian noodles,
I'm
egg
more of a
noodles.
noodle girl, and
I'm a rice girl.
You're more of a rice girl. That's okay too because you got a little bit for everyone here.
There we
I see you got
go.
some delicious cashews on top.
Oh yes, we need to address the cashews.
We have to address the cashews, yes.
Because your body actually needs a bit of zinc, you know, a daily dose of zinc. And if it doesn't get that, you know what's going to happen.
You crash.
Yes, you're going to crash because zinc is directly linked to anxiety and the stress.
A wealth of knowledge. Thank you so much, Chef Pumla, coming through. Remember to SMS the keyword EATS to 33650 if you would love to try this superfood stir fry at home. Over to you, Jeannie.
Nice plate of food too.
All right, as we've realised at Point, stress is more of a part of our children's and families' daily reality than we may be comfortable admitting. So we have invited social worker Shahana Mir to share some much-needed information with us on the topic of anxiety and stress in children. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much for having me.
So
Jeannie.
why don't you start off with telling us what kind of work do you do with children who suffer from stress and anxiety?
Okay. So at the Parent Centre, we deal with parents and helping them understand what are the behavioural factors and the challenges they have with children. So parents come in and share with us that sometimes perhaps there's a stressful situation at home, an anxiety experience, perhaps there's a behavioural challenge and the parent doesn't know how to handle it and deal with it, and they're coming to fix the child or to get some assistance. At the Parent Centre, what we do is then we provide information, we provide skills, and we empower the parents so that they can understand the behaviour, because usually it's just taking a step back and decoding what is this child behaving all about. And in understanding it, we help the parent then be able to utilize skills that we teach them to have a more equipped relationship with their child.
But now, I'm not wanting to say that the child has the problem. Perhaps that the child is feeling a certain way because of the triggers that they're exposed to at home. So, for example, with our lovely Talita that we're speaking to, sometimes I think children take on stresses that their parents have. Yes. Should children be aware of the stresses that their parents are going through?
So very often parents think they're protecting the child and they would rather just keep things away. I think we need to realize that some things need to be transparent because life is the way it is.
Oh, is that so? I would have said the opposite. I would have said hide the problems from your child. Don't let them know what's going on.
Age appropriate.
Okay.
There's a very big factor in terms of age appropriate awareness.
Yeah.
Because a 6-year-old will deal with something very differently from a 13-year-old.
Okay.
So we need to understand that, and that's why we when we do our particular parenting workshops, we talk about developmental stages, because that's important to know where is my child at in their development. Where are they? How are they understanding their surroundings? So if it's an example, moving house, the younger child may be a bit traumatized by it and bedwetting quite often because it's a new experience and it's something taking them out of their comfort zone. Whereas an older child may just feel a lot more relaxed and comfortable with that. Yet, a school setting and changing school environments may just trigger it a lot more for an older child.
Because it's not just a child getting stress and anxiety. It can sometimes manifest in other ways. Like I said, I got asthma. The little girl that we had on the show said that she grinds her teeth. How else can it, I mean, because it doesn't just stop at feeling stressed.
No.
How bad can it get?
So I think the one thing is we need to help parents understand is that we need to read the child's behavior, because it's the feeling first before the behavior. We see the behavior and we think that's what the child is presenting with. But what is the child feeling behind that? And once you've decoded and understood that, that helps quite a bit. So for example, worry lives in the stomach. And many a times kids who are bullied and feel worried and anxious present themselves with stomach issues.
Wow.
So off they go to the doctor for some specific circumstances to be helped with. But it may just, and through our experience, we found that helping the parent understand that, looking at other environmental factors, look at what's happening in the home, what's happening in school, what's happening with siblings, and you understand it that way, you present it. So your asthma was just very much manifested in your body because the body does talk to us a lot.
Yeah.
And we need to read that.
And you know how often you hear kids saying, I don't want to go to school today, my tummy's sore.
Yeah.
But it's actually them just getting anxiety because of what's to come at school.
Yes. So the parent then needs to learn to read into that and then feed that to the child. So your stomach is sore today.
What if your child doesn't share with you what's going on at school?
Yes, now that often happens where the child doesn't share. But parents sometimes see other triggers.
Okay.
There may be a bit of withdrawal, maybe eating habits change, maybe the child sleeps a lot longer. You know, little triggers that we need to look into. If it's a teenager, for example, in hormonal imbalance, the teenager doesn't understand it themselves.
No.
And the parent wonders, why are you so moody? Why is the eyes rolling and the doors are banging? But it's then realizing, okay, so this is the age, the developmental age. This is what's happening to my child. I, as the adult, have a little bit more information. Can I share it with my child? I can see that things are a little bit hectic for you this week. I'm wondering if it's your cycle. And usually when that happens, you become moody, you probably sleep a lot more, want more food. So let's look into that and then help the child work with it that way. So you're teaching the child social skills as well.
You make it sound so easy. Thank you so much for sharing with us. We'll have you back on the couch in a little while.
Thank you very much.
Truly a wealth of knowledge, Thembi. I'm sure you're taking so many notes for baby boy.
So many notes. I mean, about the part that you have to look out for the signs, you know. So you have to know your child very well, but only spending time with them and being present as a parent.
Being present
you
and
need
taking
to be
it on.
present, yeah.
I love that,
Yeah.
I love that. Oh, well, you are not going anywhere. We need you to stay exactly where you are because we've got a little surprise coming up a little later on in the show, which I'm so excited for, an icon living in studio. Now, coming up, because all this information is truly a lot to take in, we stop and take account of 3 different elements that we're talking about today. Educational psychologist Genevieve De Silva answers, what is anxiety, what is stress, and what is fear? Up next. It's an add to cart kind of day, so stand a chance to win your share of 1 million rand with Manhattan Iced Tea. Shop online in April and May at www.shopmanhattanstyle.co.za to be entered into the grand prize draw of a shopping experience in Sandton City. The winners will be announced on 5FM's Tabuti Drive in June. Buy any Manhattan 500ml or 1.5-litre promotional pack. Redeem your code from under the label and earn your virtual Manhattan dollars. Ready, set, shop!
You said that I wouldn't be all that I could be.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, educational psychologist Genevieve De Silva has joined the conversation to help us break up 3 common experiences our children have, which are easily mistaken for one another. So welcome back.
Thank you so much.
Lovely to have you here.
Thank you.
Now, what is fear, anxiety and stress, and what's the difference between them?
So I think if we're looking at fear, anxiety and stress, they are the same root emotion in terms of that worry, that negative feeling that we feel inside of us. The difference is with fear, it's a negative feeling for something that is dangerous right now. I'm experiencing a dangerous situation. I am afraid. I need to protect myself.
Yeah.
So it has to do with survival and protection. When it comes to anxiety, the problem is something that's in the future. So it could be something that's really important to you, something that may happen, something that you think could possibly happen. And so it is trying to protect yourself from something that is still to come.
Okay.
And then your stress is, again, that negative emotion and feeling, but when you're feeling overwhelmed, that something's going to disrupt your life and you might not be able to cope with it. And so, again, it's that negative feeling, but I don't feel like I have enough in me. I'm overwhelmed right now.
Yeah.
And so that's the 3 differences there.
And sometimes the 3 of them can do that.
They merge, yes.
I know that feeling. But, I mean, what is a normal level of stress? Because everybody gets stressed. So what would be a normal level of stress or fear or anxiety? And when does it become treatable or something that you should worry about?
So with everything in our body, our emotions, our reactions are all there to look after us and to protect us. And so what would be normal would be if you have a significantly huge event, let's take something that's life-threatening. A normal fear response would be very heightened emotion, a reaction that is very overwhelming. The effects would last a long time, but that's normal because the event is huge. On the other hand, a little bit of worry about what's coming in the future, maybe a bit of forethought, planning is needed in order that you don't get caught out. So you do need a bit of that. At the same time, a little bit of stress is good because without stress, you have this no-care attitude. You don't get anywhere in life. So that little bit of stress just pushes you forward, helps you to take charge of a situation and put in that effort or motivation towards something. And so anything that we're feeling that is sort of in line with the events that are going on around us and sort of it fits what's happening, that would be normal. The problem comes in is when your reactions don't fit what is happening. And so let's say you are worried about something. So for a child, they could worry about say when the mom goes to the shop, as one of the examples here, it would be normal to say after losing a parent, worrying about losing another parent, it's interlinked there, so that would be normal for a certain stage. But to always worry about when your parent leaves the house, when say you do live in a safe neighborhood, that would be a little bit abnormal. And when it starts to get in the way of your everyday life, that becomes abnormal. So the moment it is heightened, the moment it starts to interfere with your everyday life, the moment that you can no longer control it and it starts to overwhelm you and gets in the way of your living, that's when we start to get a bit worried. Also when it goes on too long. And so again, if something's happened to you and you've been through a life-threatening situation, it makes sense that you would have effects afterwards. But there's a certain amount of time where that should have worked out or you would have processed it naturally. But if it gets stuck and you get stuck in that place for, say, a few months, a few years even, then we start to worry and say, okay, something's out of place now.
And why is it so important to manage that stress and anxiety? Like, how bad can it get?
Sure, how bad can it get? It can get really bad. So some of the things just naturally in our bodies, when we have too much stress, our body starts to react. And so we can actually develop lifelong illnesses, your heart disease, your diabetes, those sorts of things. And so that is quite life-threatening at the end of the day.
Well, if you read all the stories on Facebook, stress is the number one killer in the world.
Yes, exactly. So any sorts of stress, if it gets into your body in that way, I mean, physically you can have those effects. But even psychologically, the effects can be quite devastating. If you're constantly thinking negative thoughts, eventually becomes your reality. You could develop things like phobias, where you're afraid of something that's not necessarily real, or you have such a heightened amount of fear for something that's actually very little. You could start to hallucinate certain things. So even for myself personally, I went through a very stressful time with a lot of crime and breaking in the area I was living in, that I would actually hear people and see people breaking into my house, even though it wasn't necessarily real.
I've experienced that as well, but like hearing things, it's hectic. Yeah. So we're going to be discussing in a little while the best ways to combat stress. Thank you so much for being here, and we look forward to hearing how to fix it.
Now, coming up, there's so much to talk about with today's guest. So if you haven't already, join in on the conversation online, tweet us, hashtag Afternoon Express. Obviously, use our handle at Afternoon Chat. Let us know how you deal with stress. And don't worry, I haven't gotten rid of her. Thembi is performing a surprise later on in the show. So she's just getting, those vocals warmed up. I can't wait for that. See you after the break.
One, two, three, four. Great, thank you.
This mic is good. I was just thinking, when busy, you don't really hear the monitors. Just one monitor.
To book your stay with SA's coolest hotel brand, visit protea.marriott.com today.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express, and I am not going to be standing here any much longer because I'm going to let the legend perform a song that speaks so true to the topic of today. It is called I Am Free. Of course, we're freeing ourselves of stress, we're freeing ourselves of anxiety, pressure, and fear. Take it away, Thembi.
Thank you, honey.
You said that I wouldn't be all that I could be. Now look at me. I'm flying like a bird, dancing in the air. I
to see why she is a queen. So unfortunately, we've run out of time today, but we really wanted to finish our conversation with our amazing guests. But thank you so much for all of your input online. Thank you so much
you guys.
for being such a goddess.
That was brilliant. I mean, tomorrow we're off air because of the crickets, but what a way to end off our Wednesday.
Oh, wonderful. We'll see you again soon on Friday. Until then, good night and God bless.
Afternoon Express, made with love by Clover.
Nada. Feel Good Production.